All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This is going to be a game between Jazzmaster and Angry Korea Man. This game taking place here on Rune Mall. Jazzmaster spawning as, let me get the colors right, green orc player over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Feel a little bit behind, need to speed things up as we get to that 2-minute mark. It looks like it's going to be Seer with a very fast tech to tier 2. Meanwhile, Angry Korea Man going Blood Mage first here on Rune Mall, and also going very fast tier 2 as well. Interesting choice. I don't think I've seen a Blood Mage going up against a Farseer first. Both sides taking the tier 2 extremely quickly with well, both sides getting up their lumber mill slash war mill relatively fast. All right, Blood Mage actually could be in a little bit of trouble. He has not gotten any ability as of yet, and now going to try and back away. A Wolf may try and put pressure on inside the base as the Blood Mage says, you know what, if you're going for this particular strategy with the Farseer, you should be going for a fast tech to tier 2. Maybe a flame strike or two will, well, hurt your economy enough. Arcane Tower nearly done. Scout Tower also upgraded as well. We are looking at some militia pushing pressure back as this Blood Mage now tries to come down. We could be looking at an inbound flame strike. Not too big of a surprise if it is, as the Farseer tests the waters, sees that there is a barracks, and the Blood Mage says, you know what, I want nothing to do with that. Let's just go ahead and play a game of tag and chase. All right, Spirit Wolf going to try to dive on in. Don't know if the Blood Mage did not get any experience. Arcane Tower getting in that final shot. Farseer going to have to change up his plans. The Farseer better at creeping early on than, well, excuse me, than kids change my lighting and everything. Everything just all looks funny. Farseer better at creeping, so because of that, well, Mental of Intelligence, gonna get picked up by the Farseer there, now pushed back here. We could be looking at a Flame Strike, but we need 2 subsequent Flame Strikes for damage to be really dealt. The Blood Mage could also try and come across here, get a Flame Strike on all of those peons while they're stationary. That might actually be enough since they're not traveling too far, but it's just a little bit too difficult for the Blood Mage to actually be able to see all the way inside there. Blood Mage down to 300 hit points and now backing away. Tech to tier 2 nearly done for Angry Korea Man. A bunch of lumber still getting harvested there. So yeah, 13 harvesters, 5 supply for the hero, and that is it. As we are already at tier 2, we are at Stronghold getting up a Tauren Chieftain. Meanwhile, we are now at tier 2 getting up a dual Arcane Sanctum. Most likely there it is, but no second hero as of yet. Blood Mage turning back around, getting in a little bit of attack back and forth. Crota, Blood Mage first, yeah. Often, well, not, I don't see it very often, so both sides now at the, well, before the 5-minute mark, getting to tier 2, already a second hero being trained, and, well, really no experience on the board. There goes a Flame Strike to try and deal some damage. It looks as though the Wolves will get backed away, and as they get backed away, well, they are not finished by the Blood Mage's Flame Strike, allowing for, well, faster attack or faster death by Jazzmaster. So Jazzmaster getting all the experience there. Headhunters joining in on the battle as well, as we are now going into a dual bestiary. Okay. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, and well, we are going into triple Arcane Sanctums. Adding in that Arcane Vault, I was curious whether or not we would be looking at an Arcane Vault, since we really need some sort of frontline unit, and the Spellbreakers from the Arcane Sanctum, well, will fit that role best. Flame Strike and Blizzard, triple Arcane Sanctums, Spellbreakers, and this could be a bunch of AoE damage here as the Blood Mage now comes across. There's a Flame Strike right there, and there's some damage onto those peons. Peon's going to go ahead and just jump on inside of that Orc Burrow, try and live and, well, minimize all of that damage. All right, what can happen next? Well, we can see a Archmage coming across with Blizzard as well, and there's going to be quite a bit of damage. One peon going to get taken down there as it gets backed up again. Now Blood Mage, well, Blood Mage absorbing that damage. Blizzard raining down onto this Orc Burrow. Orc Burrow taking quite a bit of damage there. There's some more peon damage. Blood Mage going to be in trouble as the Endurance or a Tauren Chieftain now trying to make its way over. Oh, Blood Mage down to 7 hit points. One final spear in the back does take him down. Or Javelin. I guess you can throw spears, but yeah, javelins make more sense. Archmage now retreating back here, down to 92 mana, 218 hit points. Gonna fall back. Most likely Blood Mage will get resurrected. Gonna be about halfway resurrected before the Archmage even gets there. So if the map is large enough, resurrecting a level 1 hero may actually be faster than trying to get all the way back. We are getting up adept training for both the sorceresses and the priest. Meanwhile, the Tauren chieftain may try to go for Shockwave. Shockwave going to be very powerful at that back line of casters. Tauren Chieftain, Farsi are ready to engage right there. Arcane Tower, Blood Mage already out on the battlefield. Are we going to see some Siphon Mana? One Arcane Tower already down. There is some slow. There is some damage. And, well, what else can happen? Tauren Chieftain trying to go after those, well, sorceresses and priests. They're going to be able to back up nicely as more sorceresses and priests are still getting trained up here. All right, slow is quite a bit of a problem. Scroll of Town Portal trying to minimize the losses. There's a deny as Jazzmaster makes sure to not give any easy experience to the Archmage and the Blood Mage. Spellbreakers. Well, Spellbreaker finally getting added to the mix here. 2 more could get added in as well. We need to see more farms. Currently supply blocked. Blood Mage and Archmage need to find a way to gain experience. Otherwise, they're going to lose the hero level race, as the Blood Mage and the Archmage cannot live and survive on Flame Strike and Blizzard alone. Coming back around here, there's Blizzard. Blood Mage, well, going to stand amongst the front here, wants to get Siphon Mana, a little bit of poke damage going back, going across all these units. The priests don't even have a Brilliance Aura for that from that level 1 Archmage, as the Farseer is already at level 3, and that Tauren Chieftain also gaining quite a bit more experience too. One Mana Stealing could, well, stop a Flame Strike, importantly, or give another Shockwave to the Tauren Chieftain, or both. So that Tauren Chieftain will be diving in. However, as Spellbreakers are joining in on the fight for Angry Korea Man, well, that front line is going to get difficult to run past. Still, though, the Archmage not at level 2, no Brilliance Aura, not even Siphon Mana on the Blood Mage, as we see a Expo already done by Jazzmaster over here at the top. Spellbreakers, are they getting trained up? Yes, they are. 3 Spellbreakers getting trained up with a 4th one under tow. And, well, triple Arcane Sanctum will let you crank out those units. But now that you've gotten up to 50 supply, what is that extra Arcane Sanctum doing except, well, reminding you that you spent a lot of gold and resources to build that extra Arcane Sanctum, and, well, you don't really need that triple, or do you really need that triple for research? All right. Perhaps timing is key here. Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Keep a nearing castle upgrade. We're going to take a look at the units trying to engage back here. Are we going to look at any repairs? Tauren Chieftain, no repairs. There's a shockwave through those units as the tower is now gone. Both sides fighting their way through. Low hit point. Dire Wolf will be able to retreat back. Another tower gone as we're going into a blacksmith, perhaps for weapons and armor upgrades for those 4 frontline Spellbreakers. Economically, though, Jazzmaster is in a, well, awesome position. Doesn't need to be at 51 supply, though. Could opt to try and, well, yeah, down to 49 again. We may see a Raider or 2 get taken out here. Archmage trying to, well, finish off those units. There goes one Raider, one Spirit Wolf, Blood Mage, and Archmage looking to close in on this distance here, but decides not to give chase all the way. No Stormbolt, well, makes it difficult to try and chase after units as we are going into mastery training. All right, so at this point in stage, all 3 are training up. So we're going to have master trained sorceress, priest, and control magic. Archmage could be in trouble here. Does need to back away. There's an ensnare onto a sorceress instead of onto the Archmage. Archmage down to 158. Are we going to see some damage? Yes, a stun onto the Blood Mage instead of the Archmage there, as the units are still chasing. 56 supply compared to 45 as another ensnare goes down. Invisibility onto the Archmage. Archmage is invisible, no longer giving Brilliance Aura to all of the casters here. That is important to note, as the Archmage is invisible. Suddenly, Brilliance Aura does not affect his team, meaning less mana for everyone to go around. Guard tower is getting upgraded. Well, no weapon upgrades as of yet. Instead, going into a workshop, perhaps for some flying machines to deal with those Wind Riders. The problem still is going to be this Expo off to the top right, and well, mining a decent amount of gold already, nearly 1,500 gold and counting. That is going to start to, well, pull away in the supply count. Two level 3 heroes going up against two level 2 heroes. The Archmage, the Blood Mage need to make something happen, get up to level 3. Otherwise, their heroes are not going to be able to carry this fight. While the Farseer's Chain Lightning, once it gets to level 2, and Shockwave at level 2, rips through those precious backline spellcasters, the Priests, and the Sorceresses. Alright, in comes Blizzard. Spellbreaker trying to finish off all of these units here. Easily done. Archmage, Blood Mage. Are they going to get to level 3? There is a level 6 Force Troll Warlord getting in, closing in on that. There's that double level up from a level 4 and a level 3 creep getting cleared at the same time, and a Potion of Greater Healing. Army's about to engage. 68 supply for Jazzmaster, 50 supply for Angry Korea Man, who is sitting on a decent amount of gold. Perhaps going to burst into low upkeep eventually. Yeah, and here we go, getting ready for this engagement now. All right, Raider's going to try to poke on in. Flying machines are, well, slowly getting trained, but flak cannons first. A couple of slows are going to go down. Archmage, Blood Mage, perhaps they're going to try and, well, counteract this here. There's some sentry wards, and those units are going to suddenly be revealed. Potion of Flame Strike goes down. Archmage does have a Potion of Healing. He is still revealed right now. Constant Ensnare. There's that Potion of Healing being used, and finally backing up. Alright, are we going to see some damage go down onto that Raider? The Scroll of Speed has been used. Control magic onto the Direwolf, as the Direwolf could easily get some attacks onto that Raider right there and finish it off. Alright, are we going to see some critical strikes? We are. And, well, that Raider going to get taken out easily. Flying Machine, one Flying Machine against all these units. Are we going to see some Flame Strikes or Blizzard? Flying Machines right there. There's a Flame Strike, and that's going to be a bunch of dead units. A grave miscalculation by Jazzmaster there. Suddenly, 48 supply compared to 56, as Flying Machines are going to be able to chase down those Wind Riders easily. 48 supply compared to 56. Another Wind Rider gets taken out, and suddenly Jazzmaster in trouble. Hero level advantage has been neutralized. Hero experience is about the same now. Meanwhile, the economics show that Jazzmaster should be able to rebound faster, but this Expo has now been scouted out. Flame Strike, Blizzard, that's going to be a bunch of dead peons here in just a second. This Expo could get taken down pretty fast. Peon trying to perhaps get some repairs in as the Flying Machines engage, perhaps going to go against these Troll Bat Riders. All right, we're going to see some fighting. There's some Siphon Mana as we're looking at, well, Troll Bat Riders finishing off those Flying Machines. Still, one Wind Rider not going to be enough here, as we're looking at a couple more peons not going to be able to easily repair this Great Hall. This economic advantage could be lost. 53 supply compared to 59. There's some repairs, there's some more dead peons, and this Expo will end up falling. Now, level 2, level 3 heroes going up against a level 4, level 3 Angry Korea Man at 61 supply, going up against 50. And this was a bit of a shocker. The triple Arcane Sanctum working out, getting all of those necessary upgrades quickly. Getting the extra mana regeneration, inner fire on those priests, control magic on those spellbreakers, and the Flying Machines to help deal with those other units. Pure up to Vitality there. Archmage now with level 2 Brilliance Aura, should benefit this entire caster army. Fire and ice prevails. Well, it seems that way, especially with a slow not really being dispelled. We finally see some Spirit Walkers out on the battlefield, but the slow, coupled with the AoE damage of Flame Strike and Blizzard, has really taken its toll on what once was Jazzmaster's larger army. All right, units are going to retreat back here. Goblin Shredder, well, plenty of lumber to use as we're going to be going into an engagement. There's Troll Bat Riders going after the flying machines, both sides fighting their way through, and this is just the larger army picking off the units in the back. Flame Strike, Blizzard, well, Headhunters getting destroyed. No, not upgraded to Berserkers, so not having that extra 100 hit points is an extremely big deal. That extra 100 hit points, well, obviously important there as one Berserker goes in too far, being forced to retreat back. Are we going to see some Flame Strikes and Blizzards go down on this cluster of buildings? Well, poking away. One Sorceress quickly gets poked apart here. These units do attack quickly. Fly Machines trying to retreat back. Are we going to see Flame Strike? No, we do not. Blood Mage is still off to the side here. There goes an Ensnare. We're going to see some Siphon Mana. Siphon Mana Shockwave onto the Blood Mage. Blood Mage now upside down on mana. Needs to use some of that mana quickly. Otherwise, it's just going to be lost to him. Has so much of that mana. Are we going to see a Flame Strike go down? What is he doing? He's walking all the way into here. Is going to go, walks around, and then Flame Strikes on the inside of these buildings to try and take him out. All right. Archmage still casting Blizzard here. Blood Mage may try to double back around. Is he going to try to go for another Flame Strike there? I believe the Blood Mage is ensnared. Going to be in trouble, down to 300 hit points. A little bit too gung-ho as the Tauren Chieftain gets to level 4 as the Blood Mage falls at level 4. Archmage still, well, raining down a bunch of Blizzard here to try to take down all of these units. So much damage being dealt. Spellbreakers trying to go after units again. So many Raiders and Wind Riders are also low on hit points. It's a battle of attrition. 38 supply compared to 47 as the Archmage now gets up to level 5. More engaging again and again. More Blizzard raining down. And it looks like, well, the Spellbreaker is able to stand across here, but the Chain Lightning bouncing across all of those low hit point units. Voodoo Lounge is far away. No easy access to a Potion of Mana as another Raider gets taken out. Archmage now sitting at level 5. Are we going to see some more casters getting taken out there? One caster gets taken out. Spellbreaker still going after all of those units as the Goblin Shredder really should be joining in on the battle with 2,200 lumber, not really needing any additional lumber at this point. Being able to finish off units would be better, especially the Goblin Shredder's 34 to 61 normal damage, effective against those Spellbreakers, and, well, unaffected. Well, yeah. I was going to say untargetable by certain spells, but Mountain King's not here, so, yeah. Coming back through, Farseer pushing across the other way. Jazzmaster thinking that there's a window of opportunity for him to attack, while Angry Korea Man is instead really just looking for an opportunity to just rebound a little bit, retrain up that Blood Mage. One priest gets taken out, and, well, here we are, here we go. There goes another Ensnare. Are we going to see a couple of casters get taken out? Yes, Chain Lightning bouncing across. There's Blizzard onto the Tauren Chieftain, as the Tauren Chieftain is going to be forced to retreat back. The Spellbreakers, that front line so powerful, as the Tauren Chieftain looks to retreat back again. Scroll of Speed, well, used once more, pulling back away. The Farseer cannot use Wolves to try and challenge those Spellbreakers, as the Spellbreakers have that control magic. Without any high normal damage, those Spellbreakers seem to be, well, untouchable. Tauren Chieftain dives in a bit too far. Is he going to have a bad day? It looks like he will. Down to 151 hit points, completely surrounded. Scroll of Town Portal transferred. Archmage also getting invisibility cast in order to stay alive, as one Raider gets lost as well. All right. Angry Korea Man back up to 52 supply. At one point he was down to 38, but he's been banking a lot of gold in order to be able to burst back at up to, well, now in low upkeep. Is he going to cancel the Sorceress? No, he's actually queuing up more for a final push. Meanwhile, Archmage and Blood Mage fighting alongside together here, clearing out some more creep camp, Slippers of Agility. And now looking to see, well, Militia perhaps try and set up an expo, as there's only 2 minutes of mining left onto this southern main base. Now, what is the follow-up continual play? More Blizzard rain down. Spellbreakers are engaging. The Shaman is getting in some piercing damage too. This is all just going to get cleaned up. Spellbreakers stealing all of that precious frost armor, as the Archmage may pick up a Ring of Protection +4. No, Blood Mage? Blood Mage can Ring of Protection +4 to stay alive a little bit more. 66 supply compared to 50. 10 supply advantage here. We are only at tier 2, remember, for Orc, as the gold mine nearly out of gold now. Only, what, a minute and a half. This guy down to about a minute. Alright, Water Elemental going to get cleaned up. Archmage still nearby. Not quite sure what's going on here. Meanwhile, well, potential Creepjack in the center portion of the map here. Both sides are fighting and engaging. And well, siphon mana away. Thank you for the sub here as the Blood Mage. Well, it shuts down the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain has constantly just been slowed, hasn't been able to get that many shockwaves off, and now standing underneath a level 3 Blizzard, 50 damage per wave to the units. I believe like 30 damage, or maybe 75 damage, no, 37 damage per wave onto the Tauren Chieftain. Blood Mage still sitting at level 4. Archmage has been taking some of that precious experience away, denying level 5 to that Blood Mage. Meanwhile, that Seer and the Tauren Chieftain is looking to destroy this Expo before it really gets up and running. He cannot let the game go long. Raiders are going to come across here. Towers, this could all get cancelled pretty easily. Raider, however, this back Raider going to get slowed. You could purposely just try and ensnare. Keep that Raider, keep that Archmage away from the fight. Level 5 now on the Farseer, so level 3 Chain Lightning could be a big deal as the Farseer trying to get away from those Spellbreakers. Alright, there's a Flame Strike there. That's going to be a big deal. Tauren Chieftain now out of mana. Chain Lightning trying to bounce across all of those backline units. And, well, some damage is done as they're whisked away once more. Alright. Teleporting back home. Farseer pretty much asking, what's the situation? And sees the gold mine has come to an end. That is the situation. What you see is what you get for the Farseer army now. Needing to spend that last 700 gold. This Goblin Shredder still stripping away from the forest instead of joining in on the fight. This has to be an all-hands-on-deck meeting, really, in order to do a last-ditch effort and push. Angry Korea Man is attempting to set up an expo to, well, keep this game going long. So, yeah, Goblin Shredder for nearly 4,000 gold. Bring everything. Bring everything. If you don't want to bring the peons, I get it, but at least bring that Goblin Shredder, that 34 to 61 damage unit. Maybe even bring the peons behind it, cast Spirit Link on them, have them auto-repair that Goblin Shredder. But with the AoE damage of, well, Flame Strike and Blizzard, that would be a tough, well, pill to swallow still. Town Hall being built down to the south by Jazzmaster. Jazzmaster thinking that he can get back into this game economically by setting up a great hall here. Perhaps some peons going to get transferred over there momentarily. All right, Fly Machine going to scout out here. We're going to go into an engagement. 25-minute mark of this fight. And, well, this Town Hall is finally done. All right, Town Hall is done. These workers walking all the way back, going to be a long trek right there. This expo down to the south, very difficult to defend as there's multiple attack points and entryways. Tauren Chieftain, Farseer, level 2, level 3 Chain Lightning, level 2 Shockwave. Spellbreaker is going to lead the charge. Here we are. Here we go. There's Blizzard on all of these units. Tauren Chieftain wants to try and get a Shockwave off on that back line, but, well, it's slow going with that. Slow followed by Siphon Mana, and, well, Tauren Chieftain only got one Shockwave off. All right, some Spirit Wolves are down. Blizzard is easily handling them. We're going to be looking at Raiders just getting cleaned up. There goes a Chain Lightning again, bouncing across Kodo Beast. Well, dead before you can really notice it. Goblin Shredder out there on the battlefield. Tauren Chieftain finally at level 5, but with no mana. Well, basically a giant tank unable to get any shockwaves off. 30 supply compared to 53. Gonna go ahead and scout out that expo on the top left. There is an arcane tower here. Farseer wants to try and finish things up, but the writing is on the wall. This game is going to be pretty much over. All right. Farseer trying to back away here. Spellbreaker is going to, well, catch these units. Flame Strike and look, try and take down that Spirit Walker. Spirit Walker is still alive, though. Casters are coming across here. Farseer down to 14 hit points. And, well, Goblin Shredder escaping away at 35, and that is going to be it. Well, a great game by Angry Korea, man, banking a lot of gold and really just surprising Jazzmaster winning a fight even though he had the much smaller supply. Jazzmaster harvested more resources, got more gold, lost more, and, well, significantly more lumber, but that 3,000 extra lumber at the end didn't really mean much. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.